Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here for Season 1, Episode number 15 of our NASCAR Xfinity Series NASCAR Heat 2 Championship. We are here in the round of 8 of the playoffs. In the previous round, we won all 3 races and advanced with a almost 200-point advantage over the cutoff line. Right now, we have a 120-point advantage over the cutoff line, which basically punches our ticket to Homestead. So what other drivers will be joining us at Homestead? Right now, Justin Allgaier with a 7-point advantage. Eric Jones with a 2-point advantage. Daniel Suarez is at the cutoff line. Elliott Sadler needs to gain 4 points over Daniel Suarez. Blake Koch is 9 points out along with Ryan Reed, and 14 points out is Ty Dillon. Now a look at today's, and I guess this week's schedule. In today's video we take on Kansas, Texas, and Phoenix. And on Saturday, Homestead, Miami with a championship 4. So for the next 3 races, it will develop into who we will be racing at Homestead. But right now, alright, so we enter the round of 8 with a 120-point advantage. We qualified 12th here, and we bring our 10-race win streak with us to this round. Now, do I really care?
Hold steady wheel.
Yeah, it's cool, but I just want to get to the next round. That's what I want right now. Would it be cool to win the next 4 races and just win out from like half the season? Sure. But I'm more concerned with getting to the front, getting some points, making sure we're going to advance. Of course, we have a 120-point advantage. Unless some crazy things go down, we should advance. But yeah, getting to the front here would be cool. I want to get that 11th win in a row. You got our 20th win of the season. Not something I'd ever thought I'd be saying. 20 wins in a season. That's just insane.
Clear low, stay low. Still a car out there.
But we go to tracks that we have a potential to win at.
Hold steady wheel.
We can win at
Hold steady wheel.
Texas, Kansas, and Phoenix. You know, I think we have a potential to win any of those tracks. And we go to Homestead, and I feel that Homestead hasn't ever been one of my best tracks, but I mean, we go to Homestead, we'll try. Again, playoff points, stage points, whatever, playoff points do not carry on after you win the next round. After you go to the next round, that's what I meant. So the championship 4 do not count those points. So getting stage points is really all that matters right now. That one playoff point doesn't really benefit you in the final round. It mattered going to this round and going in the first round, but not exiting this round. It will not matter. You will not be rewarded for that. Alright. So here we go. 3 laps to go in stage 2. And the cars behind me are kind of falling back. You got Blake Koch and Eric Jones right there, though. They're trying to just, they can get some stage points that will be very beneficial to them moving forward in the playoffs here. Because those drivers, I think, could use playoff points just because they going to try to advance, and if I say win every race in this round, it's going to make it a lot harder for them. Now, I didn't win stage 1 of this race. I believe that was Eric Jones. He's going to have 10 points. So that should help work him up there in the list of points.
That was a great lap.
The final lap of stage number 2 right here. What we gotta do is one more good lap around the track, and we are good. Oh my god. Now, I'm not sure how many laps are left in the race, and all that strategy, I'm sure it will come together after the caution here at the end of stage 2. Alright. Got 10 stage points. Eric Jones, Blake Cook, Ryan Reed, they're all playoff drivers. So there's 16 laps of fuel. And there's 16 laps and there's only 8 remaining. Now nobody's pitting. I'm doing it. Alright. Risky move, I guess.
Check your belts. We're going to the green. Nice and smooth here. We're going green.
Give up the lead, but confident.
We're halfway home. Steady.
So we can make it on fuel. We are good no matter what happens throughout the rest of this race. We will be going to stay out. Unless we get back to the front and there's like some crazy caution with like 2 laps to go, and we're in the front, then maybe I'll consider
Hold the bottom. Steady.
For the most part, we're on way fresher tires than everybody else. Everybody else has their tires from the beginning of the race. I'm on brand new ones, which should benefit me going forward. Again, I haven't seen any playoff drivers back here.
Still a car out there. Clear quick.
I really haven't.
All clear.
There's just an all-guyer
Yellow
who
flag. Easy.
got into a spin way earlier than the rest. I remember hitting him at the beginning of stage 1, I believe. So he has been stuck in the back for a while.
Green, baby. Let's go get it. Outside.
All right. 8 to go. And I only used up a little bit of my tires getting as far forward as I could go. Ryan Reed is in second, though. I'm just going to let you make a run at me, boy. Trust. You're not going to get a run like that. Absolutely not. Boy. Brennan gone in? No, he's not. Alright, 7 to go. You're from having the newest tires on the track to the oldest tires on the track. That's a yikes. Everything did cycle back through though and put me on top where I want to be. First place. With 6 to go at the line. Looking forward to what we can do. Right now I see that there's a group of cars right there behind us. If I make one little mistake, they should be right on the bumper. As you guys can see there, the green on the side does represent who is a playoff driver. So you can see Ryan Reed and Blake Cook, along with myself, are playoff drivers.
5 laps to go.
5 to go. Definitely helps from last season. where we had to sort of just guess, saying, oh, I think that this guy's in, or I think that this guy's in. Now I can just look up here and it says, yep, these guys are in. Or if you pull it behind them, or they pass you or something, you can see this guy's in because it will say round of whatever round it is above their name. Which I think is super cool. And something I know I said during one of the episodes during Nascar Evolution last year, that's what I want to see in this game. It's pretty cool that they have that implemented into the game. It really does help for the championships. You know, it doesn't really matter so much now that I know who's in. But when it comes to Championship 4, I want to know, like, who's in front of me, or, like, you know, what drivers I gotta pass. Because when it comes to Homestead, I don't really worry about winning that race. I worry about finishing ahead of the third playoff drivers. I'll come in third at Homestead. As long as I come ahead of the other three, I don't care. That's what matters to me. Winning that race, of course, is cool. Then you know you're guaranteed the championship. But that's not what matters. What matters to me is making sure that I finish ahead. So that way I know, okay, right behind me in third place is Blake Cook. He's a playoff driver. I can't let him get past me. So if we're racing a Homestead right now, and I make a mistake, Brendan Gaughan can get by me. I don't really care. What matters is Blake Cook stays behind me. Or, you know, say Blake Cook falls back to fourth, and I can be like, okay, Jeremy Clements, he can pass me too, I guess. I don't want to say I'm going to pass people to get to that situation, but Homestead's a very interesting race, and it's easier to have to just focus on your race instead of having to, like, remember who you're racing against. Brendan Gaughan fell from 2nd to 5th. Alright, Jeremy Clemens right there. Well, I can slow him down. We're fine. We're going to win that race. That strategy with the tires got a little bit risky there with the last, like, 2 laps. Tires got down to 40%. These guys probably were 50, 55% of their tires because they pit a couple laps after me. But we won, and we're going to Homestead guaranteed now. So all right, go to Texas. We're going to Homestead with our win at that track that we won at, Kansas. We're going to Homestead. We're locked in. So there's 3 more spots available. Inside. And depending on who wins this race, it will determine how many spots we get in with wins and with points. If I win, or any of the non-playoff drivers win, there will be 2 spots based on points.
Hold your line.
Now, if another playoff driver besides myself wins, then there will be 2 spots available.
Hold your line. Clear
1
high,
via
quick.
win and 1 via
Clear down low.
points. Now, we enter this race with an 11-race win streak. 20 race wins on the season.
Clear.
Our best NASCAR Series season,
Clear.
hands down,
Clear high.
on the channel.
Easy. Hold your line.
Gonna drive our way here.
The bottom's clear.
Eric Jones won a playoff point in the last race. He won a stage, giving himself 10 points. He is currently 2nd. And if Elliott Sadler leading this race, he's going to get himself a stage, huh? Very interesting. So guys, this is the last week, though, for the Xfinity Series. It's been fun. Season 1 here, racing as William Byron.
Clear.
Next season we'll be racing as Kevin Harvick, who actually set that season up. Actually on Saturday we'll be setting that season up, getting that ready for racing in just a couple weeks from now. It'd be weird racing against William Byron. We've raced as him all season. But there we go. Second place in stage number 1. Elliott Sadler gets himself some points. It's kind of crazy to think that I won 20 races in a single season.
Almost ready.
The most before was 16, so I've done better this season than any other NASCAR season on the channel. And I did it with less races. Remember, I had 36 races last season.
Still a car out there.
In the Cup Series in NASCAR Heat Evolution, when we did it a couple times. And the fact that I got 16 wins in the regular season and 4 in the playoffs, and in a series where there's only 33 races, is kind of crazy. I mean, we're up there with the Truck Series, honestly. The Truck Series, we already got 9 wins in that. And we haven't even started the playoffs for that yet. You got to let me by, my boy. Thank you. Is Elliott Sadler going to keep it together? No, he won't. He will actually go around.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Caution is out as we win stage number 2. Where's Elliott Sadler going to finish? So there's 20 laps remaining and there's 9 laps of fuel. I will not be pitting.
Be ready. Be ready.
We're going to the final stage.
Green flag, green flag. Outside, hold your line.
At
Clear
Texas.
Inside, still there. Clear low, get down there.
A lot of playoff drivers here doing playoff things. I may only take 2 tires if I pit, though. That's a smart decision. 2 tires and fuel. So next week, guys, again, it is our Truck Series week. We have 4 NASCAR videos, 3 of those being Truck Series, 1 of those being the Cup Series for our Championship 4. But right now we're locked in trying to focus on our championship run here in the Xfinity Series. I think it's kind of good that we sort of break it up and we do the Xfinity Series ends 1 week, and then Trucks and Cup end the other week. That way we can really sort of get, you know, a little bit of a break between running for 3 championships in 1 week. We'll have to run for 2. And the Super run for 1 just because the way the scheduling works out, you guys know. So there's 6 laps to go on fuel if we have to pit. And I kind of want to run a little bit longer. Just because I feel it's a good thing to do.
I'm halfway this lap.
14 laps. I want to pit when there's like, I want to pit when we get to 18. That way we'll have 10 to go. And our tires, I mean, 4 might be better, but I feel like we can get out and we can just run good with the 2 right side tires. Because that one's at 38. Like, that tire is going down significantly. We went from, so now we're 36. So let's see what we get out of this corner. What are we going to be at this corner? 35, 34, 33. So we went from 36 to 33 in 1 corner. That's a bit of a yikes, honestly. So what, are we going to go to like 30? No, we're going to go to like 29 here, aren't we? Probably. It's definitely hurting our time around the track. 4 laps. We have to make it 2 more laps around here. There's nothing we can do to hold off Ryan Reed right now, honestly. He's going to go by us. Alright, one more time around the track, and then we will pit. Alright, this is it. We're going to pit this time.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
Oh, well. I'd say I'm going for 4. Just because I feel confident with 4 tires that I can pass this whole field.
Almost ready.
On 4.
Check your belts. We're going green. Outside. Green,
There's going to be 7 laps to go. No, 8 laps to go. I have 8 to go. I'm going to pass this field. Now, we're going to be on newer tires than them.
Stay on the bottom. Still a car out there.
So, hopefully, you guys seen what happened
Outside.
at
Still there.
Kansas in the last race when we had new tires. Before that caution came out, we were passing everybody.
Still a car out there.
So hopefully it'll be kind of the same situation here. Running on sideways in front of the field.
Still a car out there. Clear high, quick.
What's a clear high quick? What the hell?
Clear high.
I'm gonna really push Suarez through that corner. Try to get them to go too wide there. Maybe I can take them both in this one corner as well.
Outside, still there.
I do when I get into the back of Ryan Reed. That is not what I want.
Still there. Low, low.
Oh my god, that really just opened the door for Suarez. As Ryan Reed and myself had a big moment there. Where we got close to wrecking each other. Alright, here we go. Now we gotta chase down Suarez. He is a playoff driver who we got by, and then with my contact to Ryan Reed the previous lap in the very same spot.
Yellow flag. Easy, easy.
Ryan Reed is in 3rd, guys. He didn't really get hurt that bad by that incident.
Green, baby, let's go get it. Outside.
So my new tires, they drove right back to the field for me. Set up some great passes. Granted, I did wreck Suarez, which I didn't want to do. That was definitely a mistake on my part. I had to get him loose, but that boy went around. Now here we go with only 2 to go at the line.
Almost there, 2 left.
2 to go. Gonna try to do the damn thing here. We're going for our 12th win in a row. Win number 21 on the season. That is our goal. Off of 4. One more time around here. The final lap of Texas Motor Speedway in Season 1 of our Xfinity Series Championship. Off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Here we go. Make sure we don't mess up here going into 3. Ryan Reed is back there, but he can still make a run at us, I guess. Off of 4, here we go. To the start-finish line.
Great job, driver.
There you go. One more race in the round of 8. That's Phoenix. So let's go there. Here we go. Now. We qualified 4th place here at Phoenix. Now, this is one of the first races, I think, that we looked at the Xfinity Series in the beginning of the season and said, wow, we're actually kind of doing some wild shit. Like,
outside, still there.
This was that race that I kind of sat down and said, we won Phoenix. Like, we dominated Phoenix. And now here we are at Phoenix again. Trying to do the same thing. We are currently in 1st place. We enter now with our 12-race win streak, 21 wins on the season, and a guaranteed spot at Homestead. We're the only one with that right now. we're trying to sweep the playoffs first 2 rounds. And with 4 laps to go in stage number 1, we're kind of doing the damn thing here at Phoenix right now. And, you know, I feel like going into next season, we got a pretty good chance of eliminating some tracks from the list of winless tracks. Because this season there's only 1 track left that can be added to the list of winless tracks for us in the Xfinity Series, and that's Homestead if we do not win there. But we did not win Texas earlier, and Texas is now off the list. And we've kept a lot of tracks off the list since we went on this win streak. Because there's a lot of new tracks there that we won. All the road courses, Darlington, Chicagoland, New Hampshire, I believe, is only once in the Xfinity Series. So there's a lot of tracks in there that we kind of took off that list. And I think that that's kind of cool to see that the list is relatively short. Other track that I'm really concerned about next season is Iowa. There's tracks around the list that I should easily win, like Atlanta. We came close to Auto Club, I believe. So there's some tracks in there that we can definitely cross off the list when it comes to Season 2. I think the list of winless tracks will grow shorter in Season 2.
20 to go.
Alright, there we go. We won stage number 1. That's the first time we won stage number 1 in today's video. Both times today we won stage number 2.
Get set.
We did not win stage number 1
be
today.
smart out there. We're going green. Outside.
Okay, so there are 7 laps in stage number
Outside,
2.
hold your line. Clear high.
Colca's trying to come back on the bottom. Not gonna allow that to happen. No, fam. Nah, fam. Not happening. Alright, 6 laps to go here at Phoenix in stage number 2. And I'm looking forward to racing Homestead, which I will be recording right after this video. You guys will be able to see that on Saturday, but I'm excited. I'm ready. All season we've been dominating. Of course, as you guys know, the last 12 races we won, but throughout the season, not just that win streak. Earlier in the season when we had our 9 wins before that streak began, I feel like we were racing really well. This is our best series and our best championship opportunity. I backed it up with the 12 race win streak, but I think that we have a good opportunity to come out here and do things. You know, we go to Homestead next, and we just have to try to carry some of this momentum that we've had from the 12 race win streak and the continued momentum here at Phoenix, which may culminate in a 13th win. But you know, I'm just trying to get ready for that race, and I think the best thing we can do heading in there is be prepared for racing the 4 drivers that we're racing against. That's what matters, is race those 4 drivers. Not worry about getting the win or anything. Is about racing those 4 drivers. Homestead's not one of my best tracks. I struggled at Homestead. I'll admit that.
Okay, that's the halfway mark.
It's not been one of the better tracks for me, but I feel like if the things align right, that we can do good. I think that it all hinges on how well we qualify. I've had a lot of races at Homestead that, when it came down to the championships, I had to race relatively hard against the whole field to try to get that win, and I've seen championships slide away in the NASCAR Heat Evolution Series. So our first championship in NASCAR Heat 2, it's time. Let's try to go out here and get the first one. Took us until season 3 in Heat Evolution to get a championship. Alright. 2 stage wins, bunch more points. I lost 18 spots by pitting for 4 tires. That's called a yikes.
Nice and smooth here. We're going green. Still there. He's outside.
We're gonna have 9 laps.
Outside. Still there.
Alright. We've dominated Phoenix. We've been out
Still
here
there.
all
He's
race
outside.
doing the damn thing. We just have to get through that
wait,
first
Robert.
corner, and we should be fine.
Outside. Hold your
Listen, we
line.
got through that first little corner where we sort of slowed down a lot,
Clear all around.
and we've already worked our way up into the top 10. So here we go. We're going to drive our car
Outside.
down into the corner here.
The yellow's out.
Alright, we do have a caution, which I mean I guess brings us a little bit closer to everybody again. Bunches them all up. Maybe we can pass a
Ready.
significant group
Check your belt. We're
into
going green. Outside.
the
Real tight.
turn there,
5
the
laps
other
to
turn.
go. Outside. Still there.
Damn, we got a
Green
bad
flag,
restart
green
that
flag.
time. Holy shit.
All
We've
clear,
had
driver.
some relatively good starts here at Phoenix today, but that was not a good one.
All clear. All clear. Outside. Still there.
Alright, we made a good move there. We got by a bunch of cars. All left is Cole Custer with 4 to go. Alright. Battle between us two right now.
All clear. All clear.
Here we go, though. I have 2 to go. 3 to go. I don't know, I said 2 to go. Alright, 3 to go. We have gotten the lead back. We sort of had to work our way through that time, but that was pretty cool, I think. I think that was a great drive to the front.
2
2 to
laps
go.
left.
2 to go. At Phoenix, where we've dominated most of the race. After this race, we will go back to the menu. We will take a look at which drivers we'll be racing against very, very soon. Who will we be racing in the Championship 4? You know, what drivers are we going to see their names in green at Homestead? This is it. Off of turn 4. Win number 22 on the season, and 13th in a row for the championship round. All right. The final race of the season. We're racing against Elliott Sadler, Eric Jones, and Justin Allgaier. Daniel Suarez and Ryan Reed did not make it, which is shocking considering how well both of those drivers raced, especially that round. Ryan Reed raced great that round, and Daniel Suarez, he's been up front with us all season. That is surprising. So now, if I go to the playoffs, can I see? If I go to standings, can I see how many playoff points I have? I gained 140 this season. Boy, pretty sure I had 140 before. Yeah, did I not count that round? I don't know. Either way, we will see you guys in the next one.